Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Mr. Cobalt, and in this video I am going to go over how to identify and draw geometric isomers. So here we're going to looking specifically at the coordination complexes that form with metals, and we're going to look at how to determine what their uh, what their isomers are and how to draw them as well. So I have two examples here. So here I have this isomer here, and so they're asking us to draw these structures and label the type of isomers of this structure here and this structure here. So the first thing you want to do is figure out what your coordination number is. And the coordination number is determined by basically how many bonds you have or how many connections you have to your central atom, which is usually the metal, right? So if you go back to your Vesper theory and you figured out like how to determine the shape of a molecule based on how many atoms are bonded to your central atom, this is pretty much the same thing. So if you can figure out how many bonds you have or how many connections you have to the central atom, that will give you the coordination number. So here we have En, that's ethylene diamine. The thing about ethylene diamine, it has two dentates, it bonds twice, it connects twice to your central atom at both ends. So for each of these, I have two, but for each of them, there's two. It adds a coordination number of 2 each. So this would be a total of a coordination number of 4. I have 2 chloride ions or 2 chlorine atoms bonded as well to the central atom, to my cobalt. And so again, that's one it's a one bond or one connection per chlorine, so that's an added 2 coordination number. So I have 2 for this, 4. So the total is a coordination number of 6. So with a coordination number of 6, that tells us that we're going to have an octahedral shape. So we're going to have a square shape in the middle, and then we have 2 in the end, giving us our octahedral shape. Again, the same thing it would happen if we had 6 atoms bonded to your central atom, and you would end up having a shape of an octahedral shape. So same thing here. So there's 2 ways to have this structure. You could have the chlorines together on one end, and you could have the ethylene diamines on one end as well. And here you're having the axial and the planar or equatorial positions being connected together through the ethylene diamine here. So you got 2 of them here. So they're on the same side, and the chlorines are on the same side. So that would be your cis isomer. And then the other way you could have it is that they would be on opposite sides of each other. So the ethylene diamines would be on opposite sides of each other, and the chlorines would be on opposite sides of each other, and that would be trans. But both of these have the octahedral structure. Okay. The other coordination complex we have is this one here. And again, the first thing you want to look at is what is the coordination number? How many bonds do you have to your central atom? So with the cyanide Cn, you have 2 of those. That's going to bond once each. And then you have chlorine. That's going to bond once each to the nickel. So you're going to have a coordination complex of 4. Now, with the coordination complex, if you have a coordination of 4, it could be either tetrahedral or it could be square planar, depending on how many d electrons you have in the d sublevel for your metal. So we have nickel. If you look at nickel, it has 8 electrons filling up the d orbital. So because it is a d8 element, d8 metal, it's going to form a square planar structure. So again, we have two ways of drawing it. You've got the cis way. So this is going to be square planar. And you've got, in one way, you've got the CNs on one side and you've got the chlorines on the other side. So they're together on the same side. So that's cis. Or you could put them on opposite sides of each other. So the CNs are opposite, the chlorines are opposite. So that would be trans. So this would be an example of your square planar structure, and you have cis and trans. So I hope this was helpful. If you like my videos, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, put a comment in the comment section. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.